In this video, we are going to discuss 15 frugal living tips by Warren Buffett that can save you 40 to 50% of the current spending. I can assure you that each of the below discussed point can save you up to 5% of your total expenditure, so make sure to cover all of them. Number 1. Consider selling items as you free yourself of them. If you are just beginning to embrace minimalism, you can sell the items you no longer want or need. You can use this money to help you begin to clear up the financial clutter in your life, like your debt. The money can also go to jumpstart an emergency fund or to fund a trip that you have always wanted to take. As you rid yourself of the clutter in your life, you can use the money to clear up your financial mistakes too. Holding a yard sale is an easy way to sell a lot of items quickly. Number 2. Prioritize your spending. Minimalism encourages you to embrace the things that are most important to you. This will naturally carry over to how you spend your money. If you are not focused on acquiring certain items, but more focused on specific experiences, the way you spend your money changes. Realizing what is most important to you will help your spending priorities, and this can carry forward into the way that you handle your money overall. Number 3. Focus on getting out of debt and living debt-free. One way to simplify your finances is to focus on getting out of debt. Many people begin by paying down their consumer debt and then choosing to only have a credit card to handle emergencies. Getting rid of debt opens many doors and gives you the freedom to leave a job that you do not like or take off a year to travel. If you do not have additional monthly payments, it is much easier to explore and do the things that are most important to you. Number 4. Let go of what you can't control. Letting go of the things you can't control may seem easier said than done. To find that balance, start by focusing on things you love to do or have. Once you have narrowed down what's most important to you, focus your energy on that. Being thankful for what you do have may even cut down on your budget. You may find yourself reusing what you do have rather than wanting more. Number 5. You need less room. Save on mortgage or rent. When you are practicing minimalism, you need less room to store everything that you have collected over the years. When you buy or rent a smaller space, you can save on rent, but you can still have a nice home with clean lines and a space that you love. As you begin to clear out some of your things, you may find that you can save money by moving to a smaller place. Not only will this save you on your rent or mortgage, but it can save you on utilities and free up even more money to spend on the things that are most important to you. Number 6. Use up what you have. Sometimes we think we need to get something new, when in actuality, we just need to polish up something old. There are items I've been able to use in my life for almost 10 years. All I needed to do was fix up a few things, and it looked or worked as good as new. Get in the habit of just taking care of what you already have and making use of it for as long as possible. It can help you save a lot more in the long run. Number 7. Re-audit your life frequently. Take time to assess your current spending habits and then consistently review them. Always get out things that take space or events that drain your energy. As you get more comfortable, you may find yourself wanting to get rid of things you thought you couldn't live without. For instance, your cluttered kitchen may be useless if you reach for the same items every time you cook. Cut down on the things you haven't used to make more room to cook. Number 8. Cut meaningless expenses. Turns out, the average American spends $18,000 a year on unnecessary purchases. As you review your budget, you may be able to cut out a large portion of these expenses. For things you may not want to completely eliminate, find inexpensive alternatives. You may swap a vacation across the country for a staycation in the comfort of your own backyard. Number 9. Monitor weekly expenses. It's important to know what you're purchasing week to week to know you're staying on track with your monthly saving goal. Let's say one week you realize you spent above your weekly expense limit. Try to find ways to cut back on your buying in the next week to get back on track. If you're spending well below your weekly expense limit, you can treat yourself to something special the next week. Number 10. Appreciate what you have. Practice gratitude and focus on the positives. Instead of scrolling through social media, write out 3 or 5 things you're grateful for. Practicing gratitude first thing in the morning may put you in a positive mood and help you prepare for the day ahead of you. Being grateful for what you have might even cut your urge to overspend on things you don't need. Number 11. Strive to spend as little as you can daily. You can turn your saving into a game by trying to spend as little as possible each day. Look for all sorts of creative ways you can minimize your expenses. Search for coupons that can be used at your local grocery store. Find discounted items where you can. Make alternative choices such as walking to somewhere nearby rather than driving. There are many different ways you can get creative in cutting down on your spending and saving more. Number 12. Track and budget everything. How can you know how much money you are saving if you have no idea what you are spending each month? If you have never tracked your expenses before, why not challenge yourself to track every single penny for 30 days? That means every Starbucks coffee, every sneaky late night Amazon purchase, every speeding ticket, everything. If you have never done this before, you might be in for a surprise. Once you have a clear idea of how much money you are spending each month, then you can create a budget that works for you and your lifestyle. Number 13. Slash expenses. Your first thought when you start budgeting might be to trim the small purchases you make every month, such as clothing, entertainment, Netflix subscription, etc. Don't get me wrong, those do make a difference. However, if you really want to save a big chunk of your money, you may find that the best place to start is the big 3 expenses. What are the big 3 expenses? The big 3 expenses together make up the 3 largest portions of annual consumer expenditures. My family is able to save 50 to 70% of our income because we focused on cutting back on spending here. The big 3 categories are A. Housing, 32.8%. B. Transportation, 17.1%. C. Food, 13%. This is where a minimalist lifestyle can really help with the budgeting. If you declutter your home, you may find you don't need as much space. If you don't need as much space, maybe you don't need as big of a home. And that means a smaller mortgage payment. This is one of the reasons single people tend to spend less and save more money, simply because they don't require as many things as a family with kids, even if they are minimalist kids. The minimalist budget hack can slash so much from your monthly expenses. Number 14. Invested experiences. A popular practice in minimalism is prioritizing experiences over buying material items. Some people value the memories created from trips or classes over having the latest gadgets or fashion. Determine where you stand and spend intentionally. As minimalism may cut down on your extra budget expense, you may also have more leeway to spend on other things. With this extra budget, be intentional with where you choose to put your money. Save up your takeaway coffee budget to invest in a weekend away with your family. You may find yourself saving more and spending less on times that drain your budget. Number 15. Create a vision board. It's good to have something to inspire and motivate you to want to save more. You can use your wall, a piece of cardboard, or your screen. Put together some images of items or experiences you hope to experience someday. Look at the board every single day to inspire yourself to spend less. When you make use of all these tools, you're going to be more likely to use your finances as a tool for creating a happy life for yourself.